Okay, so then after a week, I spoke to the madam that I want to see the guy who brought me in. So then the guy goes by the name Godwin. He's from my place. So then they brought him in, and then I'm like, Godwin, have I offended you in any way? And he's like, no. But then he's sorry in the first place. But then this is the strategy the person who brought him here also used. That is why he just have to go by the same strategy. Well, I have nothing to say, just to lay low. So then I asked him, what then are we going to do now? Because I can't use that same strategy. I would love to be open to others to tell them they are coming to do QNET, which is Quest International, a referral business. If they are cool with it, they will come. If they are not, they won't. And he said, no, that is not the strategy they are using here. So I should just cope with it. Since then, I told myself I won't go by their strategy. By then, I'll be here. Even if it will take me 4, 5, 6, 7, 10 years to be stuck right here. In as much as he's also here, we'll all be here. He'll be feeding me. Then I'll be here. I'm not going to refer anyone. But then the feeding comes twice a day. That is between 1 to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then late night around 9 to 11. That is when we eat. And then the food isn't any other food aside rice and then tin tomatoes. Life in Ivory Coast was hell. Been in Ivory Coast for about 7 to 8 months around Bonduku. Yeah, Bonduku. So we were there around the 8th month when they brought some people too from this end, the capital, that is Abidjan, that they had an issue with some people, and then they have to bring them in so the issue is being solved. So then there comes this guy. He happened to understand French. I also understand a bit of it. So then we had to be interacting, and then there was this day we all pretended to be sick in the name of we can't go to work, so they have to leave us behind. So then we decided to have a little conversation about going back to Ghana. That is this guy being brought from Abidjan. So then he said, bro, this place will not be good for us. It won't be safe for us. So then the best we can do is to go back to Ghana. So then I asked him, if we are to go back to Ghana, what are we going to do? Because we have no money on us. What route are we going to use? And he said, we should plan it first. When we plan it, means of transport, we will get to know. How to get funds, we will get to know. That shouldn't be a problem. But we understanding that we have to go back to Ghana is the ultimate thing to do with right now. And I said, fine, that is okay. I bear with you that we have to go back to Ghana and start it all over again. So I told my leader wasn't cool with it. But then he told me he would think about it. So we were there in 2, 3 days' time when national security came to Ivory Coast to pick my leader and then some other team away. So then my leader once told me, said he's coming from a village around Kumasi, is it Subrisu? Yeah, he's coming. Is it Subrisu? Not Kumasi, Kumasi area. He mentioned some village. I can't recall. So then they came for them. That the chief said they should bring them. So he want to ask them some few questions. So then when they left, I said, good, this is it. I have a very big chance of running back to Ghana. So then I told my top leader I want to go back to Ghana, and then he said he won't make provisions for money for me. So if I want to go, I should go back. And then I told him I'm not having money on me. So if he wants me to distract others from doing the business, then he should tell me and then I'll go ahead. If he should cease giving the money to me. So for 2, 3 days, he thought about it and then he gave me the money. Now after giving me the money, he said we should go back. So they can direct us since we want to go back. So then, since we understand, you see, this is some of the benefit of understanding different languages. This is where understanding how to speak French saved us. So then we went to the town. We happened to meet this lady called Ajara. Now she was a friend. When we got there, I happened to be buying porridge from her every morning. So then with my own money then. So then I created that kind of friendship between us. So then I told her we want to go back to Ghana. Then she called a motor rider from their area who came to pick us. We passed through some cashew, but then at the end of the day, the driver brought us back to is it Drobo? Yes, and then we had to pick a car from Drobo back to Kumasi, and then from Kumasi to Accra, from Accra back to our destinations. But then you see, in this, it is trust. Okay, it is trust that led to all this. If I had no trust for him, do you think when he texts me in the first place that he has secured a vacancy for me overseas, I would have even given it a trial. I wouldn't. I would have asked for clarification. I would have asked for verification. I would have asked for pictures and videos. But then because I trust him that much, that will come on Godwin. I have known Godwin for long. And then on the note where I didn't even ask him for any pictures or videos, is because by then I started my project. So then they were the people working on it, my building. They were those working on it. I trusted this guy so much. At times they will come home. By then my baby mama was around. They will come home, we pound fufu, we eat together. So then the mindset of Godwin can deceive me or fraud me is something I never thought of. But here I am telling you details of how everything went about. You see, you can trust people, but you have to be very cautious when it comes to trusting people. I trusted someone, and this is where it ended me. If not the intervention of God, if not the intervention of learning how to speak other languages, ask yourself, where would I have been by now? I have seen some videos circulating on the media about these QNET people again, and I'm like, God, I'm very grateful for putting me in this position right back. You know, to fall a victim and then to rise on my feet again is somehow tough. So in trusting people, just be cautious about it. I'm not saying you shouldn't trust people, but especially when it comes to dealing with business, when it comes to traveling overseas, when it comes to certain issues that will lift you up in life, be very cautious about it when it comes to trust. Because you will trust certain people, and then at the end of the day, if you don't take care, it will lead you to your early grave. Okay? Lot of lives are lost because of trust issues. So let us be careful about trusting issues. Don't forget, this is Melvin Podcast, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to get more of these stories.